Now it's time to dive in to your brand logo. How is it going to look? What should you think about when you're creating your logo? Or what should the designer that you might hire think about when they are creating your logo? So that your logo represents your brand's personality, your vision, your mission, your values, etc. I'm super excited, so let's dive into the video right away. First of all, go to the template, go to page number 15. You have a more in-depth explanation here on how to write this down so that you can write all the steps for your designer or just for yourselves down to this business branding template. Page number 15, brand logo. Go there right away. Let's dive into the video. Oh wow, guys, where to start with your brand logo? It can look like anything, right? You maybe have an idea or maybe you have no idea. What guidelines should you go after? How should you think about when you're creating your logo? Well, there's a lot of things to think about, right? But I'm gonna make it easy for you in this video. First of all, we're having choose your type. You remember in the last video when we went over all different types of brand logos that you can create? You need to choose your type first. First of all, do you want to go with the icon? Or do you want to go with a word mark? Do you want to go with a letter mark? You want to go with a combination type of logo? Or you would like to go with the emblem? What of these types of logos represents your brand the best? Maybe it is the icon. Maybe it is the word mark like Coca-Cola and Facebook. Maybe you're having a beautiful name that you would like to write in a beautiful font type. You can just go to a website then and see if you can find a graphic designer that can create that for you so that you stand out from your competitors. Or maybe you're having a long name or a name that you don't really think that people can pronounce to speak correctly. Then you can use the letter mark to shorten it up with your initials, for example. Or you can go with the combination mark. You can create a logo and then maybe have your word mark, with other words, your name as well, underneath, inside of it, or above the logo, whatever you think represents your business and brand the best. Or the emblem, maybe you're having a sports equipment kind of company and you're selling those kind of stuff, or you're having some kind of team products or services that you would like to sell and you feel like, okay, the emblem really represents my brand the most. I am going to go with the emblem. So first of all, choose your type of logo. Once that is done, you do want to go on and have in mind that you do want a simple design. Let's have a look at this. Can you see on this logo, if you don't read the text on the logo, what type of company this is? It says Apple Computer Company. These were the first logo in 1976. Could you please paint this for me? You can see all the details with a tree in the background. I think it's a man or might be a woman sitting reading a book under a tree. And you can see it's a backdrop of a beautiful sky, etc. It's hard to see, but that is what I'm seeing. So for me, this is not a simple design. A simple design would be something like this, right? This is their current logo. I think they created this in 1999 and then they changed it up for a more colorful one and then they went back to their current logo. So to simplify the whole process, you might have in mind a lot of creativity. That's great. Keep that creativity and paint it out on a piece of paper or with words, or if you like to draw, then draw what you're seeing in your mind. But try to simplify that a little bit more so that people can recognize your logo right away. Next step, guidelines. Keep it at maximum 4 words or 30 characters, which means 30 letters. And that is also including the spaces between the different letters. Maximum 3 different colors, maximum 1 effect. If you're having a very colorful logo, it can also be hard to recognize where the color should be, and therefore the mind is having hard time to recognize your logo. Think about flags that are having more than 3 different colors. Do you remember where the color should be on the flag? On which side? Is it up, middle, or down? If I say Lithuania, if I say Russia, if I say Italy, France, can you place those colors on that flag in your mind? Probably or probably not. But if I put in another color in there, it would be very hard for you to remember the place of all of those colors. The same is it for your logo. A maximum 1 effect. Don't put it in 3D and 2D and 4D, etc. Try to keep it simple, guys. And memorable. Apple did a very cool test a few years back. They asked 150 people to paint their logo without seeing it. No, they couldn't pick up their smartphone and just look on the branding on the backside of their phone or anything. They couldn't Google it, anything. Just from the top of their mind, draw Apple's apple. So this is the results, and as you can see, pretty accurate, I would say. If you look on the bottom, it's more accurate, and if you look on the top, it's various colors and various shapes, and the bite from the apple is on one side, and some of them are missing the bite, and some of them are having apple, then the word mark just beneath, and some of them are just having red apple, as you can see, but it's pretty accurate. So 150 people, all of them remembered how to paint an apple because the logo is so simple. That is exactly what you would like to go after here as well, to make it memorable. Versatile. This is very, very important as well. If you look on the screen right now, we're having 4 different companies. First one would be Coca-Cola, Chanel, Walt Disney, and Levi's. This is huge corporations, right? Huge brands. What they have done is they have one main logo, as you can see where the arrow is pointing at, like down that row. So we're having their logo and we're having their names as well. Then you can scale that off depending on the size of your products or services. Or if you are going to put your logo, of course you are going to put your logo, but on your website, for example, maybe you can't go with a full size with the text and maybe with the logo as well. Maybe you have to scale that off. So you need to do create your logo in a versatile way. So for example, so you can put it a little bit smaller but still recognizable. Now, instead of drink Coca-Cola and Coke, you're having Coke only. Instead of Chanel with their icon, you're having only the small icon. Instead of Walt Disney, you're only having the Disney logo, or just actually the initial of Disney. And then instead of Levi's with like the emblem, you are having only the small reddish mark that you can see. For example, on your jeans, if you are having Levi's on you or are owning a pair of Levi's, you can go there and look on your back pocket and you will see this red little mark. That is Levi's smallest logo. So make it versatile so you can have it in your website, you can have it on your products, maybe on your packaging, you can have it in marketing campaigns, and it's still recognizable and memorable for your customers and potential customers. So it can look something like this, for example. You can say Channel is having a packaging only with their word mark, with the name, and then you can see the handbag there. It's only the logo, and on the shirt, it's both the icon and also the word mark on it. So it's versatile, which is what we would like to go after. Outsource. Outsourcing is when you are hiring somebody or a team to do another task for you. So a great website for this would be Fiverr.com and also Upwork.com. Let's go to those websites and see how they work. Okay guys, so Fiverr.com is basically a marketplace for freelancers to sell their work. So you can buy anything from graphic designs here to be helped with digital marketing and much more. But if you go into graphic design here on the category, or you can search just in the search bar here, you can scroll down and see something called logo design. So if I click here, logo design, you will get the top freelancers. If you are sorting that by here, you can sort by delivery time, you can sort by your budget, sellers details, if they are top sellers, or just in level 1, what language they speak and where they live, etc. And logo options, depending on if you would like to have a minimalist logo, freestyle, 3D, mascot. I'm not really sure what a mascot is. And then also the file format that you would like to have it in here. And I recommend PNG at all times, because then it's scalable, which means that you can stretch it out without it losing any quality. But let's go here, and you can see that you can buy a logo type that's starting at $15, $100, and often you are getting what you're paying for. I remember I have paid $75 for a logo type, and it turned out to be very professionally made. And sometimes I've paid like $50 for another type of work and it wasn't. So you can just scroll through different types of freelancers, go into the ratings here. You can see here, you can go into one of these, go into their ratings, and you can read about what other people are saying about them. For example, easy to work with, and so on. If there's something that is bothering you, then don't pay for it. And you can also see that they always are having these different types of packages, so you can see what you'll get for a specific sum here. If you just scroll down here, you can see the delivery time, and you can see revisions, which means that if you're not satisfied with a thing on your logo type, then you can have, for example, unlimited and revisions, which means that you can say, I want to change this and this and this and that, and then you can change whatever you want to. So the more you pay often indicates the quality that you are getting. But basically go to Fiverr.com and search here in the search bar. You can also go to Upwork, and here you're basically uploading a work, and freelancers are then applying for the job. You can go with a fixed price for your project, or if you're hiring somebody for another work, you can also pay them by hour. But in this case, for your logo type, it will be a fixed price. So whatever you are happy to pay for a good logo, you can do that. Me personally, for this particular project, I would go for Fiverr and check out if I can find, first of all, some kind of a price interval, so I get a better understanding on how much a professional logo would cost me. And then you can go to Upwork if you are not finding the right designer or freelancer for your job on Fiverr. If you do want to create your own first logo, you can go to a website called canva.com. In the resources for this video, you can just click canva.com, the logo there. You can go click on create a design. Otherwise, you can see that you're having all kinds of stuff here on Canva. You can just click here on logo, and you will get a 500 times 500 pixeled blank Canva here. And you can also just take some different elements from here. So basically, if I'm liking this, I'm clicking that, and I can just customize this after my name of my brand, maybe change this logo a little bit, but just see that everything is fine with Canva when it comes to creating your logo and putting it up on your website. You can read through a little bit of details on the website, but basically that is how you can create your own logo by just going to canva.com. It's totally for free. Sign up with an account so that you can save all of your graphics, all of your designs inside of your account. It will automatically save everything. As you can see here, if I'm customizing this to this, you can see then on the screen up here that it is saving everything. So just create an account. So if you do want to have a graphic designer professionally logo made, then go to fiverr.com, go to upwork.com, and see whatever you can get your hands on there. If you do want to create your own logo, you can use canva.com, or if you would like to pay money for a little bit better program, or maybe a much better program to create your designs in Adobe, for example in Photoshop, then sign up with Adobe. You can do that on the website adobe.com and can have it in the resources as well. But that's basically it, guys. So first off, go ahead and choose your type. Make it a simple design, make it memorable, make it versatile so you can have it on your website, on your packaging, on your products, and on your services, on different types of products, so that it fits your particular products. And also go to Fiverr.com or Upwork.com to outsource, to have a professionally graphic designer create your logo. And also, to have all of these steps to guide you through when you're creating a logo, you can go to your business branding template, download it if you haven't already, go to page number 15, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.